Embark got the wording wrong again. This week's Blaze Grenade trial doesn't count the damage of one Blaze Grenade, it counts the damage from every Blaze Grenade you throw. That completely changes the way you should approach this trial. In this guide, I'll explain exactly how to abuse the mechanic, show you the best maps for every trial of this week, rank them from the worst to the best, and help you maximize your score for pushing to Hotshot or Cantina Legend. Before we get started, here is how I personally would prioritize this week's trials. Number 1, receive damage from pups. Number 2, damage wasps using light ammo weapons. Number 3, open containers inside the traffic tunnels. Number 4, search radar caches. And finally, damage arc using blaze grenades. If you're going for Hotshot or Cantina Legend, you'll eventually want all of them done, but this order gives you the best return for your time. Let's talk about trial number 5, damage arc using blaze grenades. And let's start with the biggest surprise this week. Despite what the trial says, it doesn't only count the damage from a single blaze grenade, every blaze grenade counts. That means you can fill your inventory with blaze grenades and continuously deal damage throughout the raid. The downside, farming that many grenades takes a huge amount of time. If you've completed the expedition, you can buy the blaze grenade blueprint from the trader for 9 firefly burners, 12 fireball burners, and 3 comet igniters. The strongest strategy for this is still the matriarch. Open the core using an equalizer or any weapon like a Bettina with 1 stack of ammo. Bring a snap hook to be able to snap on top of the matriarch. Open the corner with either an equalizer, you don't need to bring ammo for that, because the equalizer comes preloaded, or any weapon like, for example, a Bettina with 1 stack of ammo, and get inside the matriarch quickly. Once you're inside, throw the blaze grenade as far forward onto the core as possible. Normally, you should only throw 1 grenade at a time. The only exception is when the matriarch comes to a complete stop and stands still. That's the moment where throwing 3 grenades at once becomes more efficient. If you don't want to run matriarch, spaceport during night or EMS is a solid alternative by farming the bombardiers, bastions, and leapers. Simply just make sure that they stand in the fire of the blaze grenade as long as possible. Current solo scores for this are around 18,000 points with the matriarch strategy. Trial number 4 for me would be search radar caches. Radar caches are back once again. For solo players, I recommend them during the hurricane condition. If you're playing in a trio, uncovered caches becomes a better choice. The reason why hurricane is better for solo players is pretty simple. During uncovered caches, the radar caches eventually explode. As a solo player, you simply don't have enough time to reach all of them. 2 quick tips for this one. Stand still to better be able to hear the ticking of the radar caches. And don't fully loot the radar caches. Simply tap in them to register the trial progress and move on immediately. That's much faster than searching every single item. Bring 1 or 2 snap hooks during hurricane to speed up your rotations and movement even more. Current solo scores are already around 25,000 points. As always, a complete cache map is available on the Discord, but we're gonna take a look at the map right now. So these are all the available cache locations on them battlegrounds. You want to make sure once you spawn in that 1, you have a radar hatch key, and 2, you hit as many locations as possible. Run from location to location. Once you reach a certain location, stand still for a second and listen if you can hear the ticking of the radar cache. If not, move on to the next cluster, and so on. Once you've completed the entire map, make sure to finish at a radar cache. That way you can easily get out of the map pretty quickly. And do not rely on certain extracts to be your last for optimal rotations. The third place, and we've seen this trial a few times already, is open containers inside the traffic tunnels. The best setup is still Blue Gate and the Locked Gate event because it significantly increases container spawns inside the tunnels. Try to get the gates open before roughly the 33-minute mark. Otherwise, the trial quickly becomes inefficient. To maximize your score, you'll eventually want around 3 patrol car keys and the confiscation room key. One important change though, the trial points are now tracked individually. In trio runs, every player has to loot the containers themselves if all 3 want the maximum score. Current solo scores are around 25,000 points. If you're unfamiliar with this route, I already have full runs on the channel showing every important container location, but we're going to take a brief look at the map right now. The locations for the keys are Pilgrim's Peak, Reinforced Reception, Raiders Refuge, and Ancient Fort. Each one of those locations has one key that you will need to bring to the gate control room to open the outside gate. Once the gate is open, you want to make sure to loot every single container you can. A couple of things worth mentioning. There are a couple of cars outside the gate underneath the roof that counts towards this trial. Up here in the traffic tunnels where you can use the zipline to go up, there are a couple of containers that can spawn there. That counts towards this trial as well. And inside this small corridor, there is a single container that counts towards the trial if it spawns. You also want to make sure to loot the antennas on top of these small security buildings, because they can have lootable containers on top as well. Trial number 2 is damage wasps using light ammo weapons. And this is where people might start calling me crazy, but that trial is much easier than most people think. Almost everyone knows the Kettle, but it's actually not the best weapon for this. The Hairpin is currently the most efficient light ammo weapon for this trial. It only takes around 5 shots to destroy wasps. For comparison, the Kettle takes roughly 11, and the Beretta only needs around 9 bullets. So make sure to bring a Beretta with an extended mag and a Hairpin with an extended mag. You can bring a Kettle as well, just for safety reasons if you run out of durability on your weapons. Bring 2 stacks of ammo. Why 2 stacks? With the Hairpin using 5 shots and the Beretta using 9 shots, you never use more than 10 rounds to kill a wasp. But once you loot the wasp, you will almost always get more than 10 rounds back, which means every looted wasp will net you a plus in your ammo count. The best location for this is probably Spaceport, Hidden Bunker. The additional 10 minutes of raid time lets you farm significantly more wasps. Before the raid though, make sure to stock up on snitch scanners, as many as possible. Around 20 stacks is a good target. Throw 1 scanner roughly every 30 seconds, eliminate the wasps, and repeat. If you still have time left, you can also farm nearby snitches for even more wasps and snitch scanners before extracting. As I said, I would probably be doing this on Spaceport on Hidden Bunker. Why? Because the map is extremely large and you have a lot of places where you can go and hide and do your snitch scanners in peace without any other raiders disturbing you. For example, one good location would be the East Plain Warehouse, because it's far away from all the other stuff that's going on the map. Another good location would be between the Water Towers and the Jinx Warehouse. Once again, same reason, it's far away from everything else. Plus, I really like this position because you can oversee the snitch spawns and potentially pull more snitches if you have the time to. And finally, the best trial of this week, receive damage from pups. And surprisingly, it's also one of the easiest. The biggest mistake everyone makes is keeping the shield equipped. Take it off. With a shield equipped, you will receive significantly fewer trial points. Your goal is to only let 1 pop explode at a time. Trigger multiple pops simultaneously and you will most likely die. Bring around 6 Vita sprays and fill the rest of your inventory with as many green herbal bandages as possible. As soon as a pop explodes, immediately bandage, followed by a quick tapping on the Vita spray. I also recommend bringing an anvil for the fireballs and a hole cracker for the shredders. Right now, solo players are reaching around 43,000 points, while trios are approaching 95,000 for this one. As for rotation, we're going to take a look at the map. So for the pops, you want to be clearing archives through Business Center. Go to Lobby, clear the lobby, and then drop down to Lobby Metro. Make sure to clear both stairs on Lobby Metro, and after that, drop into the tunnels towards the Assembly Workshop. Clear Assembly Workshop, rotate through the central corridor probably, depending on how much time you have. Assembly is a really good spot for pops because you have a lot of pops spawning in this area and inside the staircase. Once the pops there are dead, you can go through Sandbox, back to Atrium, and then back to Archives. So to sum everything up, prioritize receive damage from pops if you're chasing Hotshot or Cantina Legend. Don't waste time fully looting raider caches. Just tap in. Use the Hairpin and the Beretta for the Wasp Trial. And remember that the Blaze Grenade trial counts every grenade, not just one. If you're running the traffic tunnels in a trio, make sure every player loots their own containers. As always, you will find maps for all of this, including helpful pictures on my Discord. There are also full run videos of the Raider Cache trial and the traffic tunnels on my channel if you want to learn the routes before jumping into the raid. If this guide helped you, don't forget to leave a like and a subscribe. If you want more full runs, I'll be doing them live on twitch.tv/vanep. Good luck in this week's trials, and I'll catch you in the next one.